In this PowerPoint presentation, we're going to look at the second part, the second area in a grammatical research of the Bible or the scriptural text. If you remember, we talked about grammatical research, and we have talked about the three major areas in grammatical research: the syntactical, the lexical, and the morphological. To review, syntactical is the sentence structure. That's where you look at a passage or a paragraph of scripture and you find the main subject and verb, the independent clause, and then you find the subordinating clauses, the dependent clauses, and then you line them up with the independent clauses in the left margin, and then you indent in every time there is a subordinating clause or phrase. The second part of the grammatical research or area of grammatical research is lexical studies. It's the word studies. This is the area we want to deal with in this lecture. A lexical study or lexical research is basically what we call a word study. It's where we study individual words and how they fit into the sentences. There are two major parts to a lexical study. First, there's the dictionary or the lexicon. And then the second part of a lexical study is understanding the parts of speech that a particular word is. What part of speech is that word? Determining the part of speech of a word is very important when you're doing a structural analysis or a syntactical structural analysis. Now go back to the dictionary just for a moment. Two parts of a lexical study or word study is a dictionary study. In other words, when we look up words, we use a dictionary or a lexicon. And we go to the lexicon to find the range of meanings of a word. And I want to stress this. The dictionary or lexicon does not find us the meaning of a word. It gives us a range of meanings. So when you look up a word in the dictionary, you get a list of meanings. It's according to how large the dictionary is. Some dictionaries have 2 or 3 meanings. Some dictionaries have 4 or 5 meanings. Large dictionaries, Oxford dictionaries and college dictionaries, sometimes have 20, 30 different meanings for words. So a dictionary gives you a range of meanings. You say, well, if a dictionary gives me a range of meanings, how do I find the meaning of a word? This is very important. The meaning of words are found in the context of the passage the word appears. In other words, when you're trying to find the meaning of a word, you use a lexicon or dictionary to find that range of meanings, but how to choose what meaning it has depends on how it's used in that passage and in that sentence. For instance, the word can. It can be used to mean I am able. I can eat apples. I am able to eat apples. On the other hand, the word can mean a noun. A can of beans or a can of pears. So the word can be used in the lexicon various ways. The only way to find out how that word, what that word means in a sentence is how it's used in the sentence, in the context. For instance, I can a can of peas. See, that word can was used 3 times there, but where it was in the sentence was the final determiner of what the word meant, not the dictionary. The dictionary gives us the range, but the meaning of the word is found in the context. Now, this is important in lexical in exegetical study, simply because a lot of times we go to the dictionary and use it sort of like we do a buffet. We find the meaning of a word we like and we use it in the text. What you do with the dictionary or word studies, you find the meaning of a word and you find the range of meanings in the dictionary, but you find the meaning of the word in the context it's used in the sentence and in the paragraph. So again, there are 2 parts to a lexical study. And number 1 is the dictionary or the lexicon. But the second part is the parts of speech. Every language uses these parts of speech. Every language has a noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. And sometimes grammarians even call an article a part of speech. But these parts of speech are in all languages, and they're important when you're defining words and when you're doing a syntactical structural analysis. For instance, a noun is a word we use to talk about a person, place, or thing. And we need to know what nouns are in a sentence, but in the sentence it can be either the subject or the object. It can be the direct object or the subject, or it can be the object of a preposition. But knowing what that noun is important. A pronoun just takes the place of a noun. The man ate the apple, or he ate the apple. He's the pronoun. Adjectives subordinate. They modify nouns or pronouns. Verbs are the action. They're the part of the sentence in a sentence that are actually independent. They can stand alone. Man ate, so ate's the verb, so that's a part of speech. The adverb is subordinating. It modifies the verb. It answers when, where, how, why, and in what condition. The preposition is also subordinating. And the preposition introduces a prepositional phrase. For instance, the word in is a preposition. You can never use the word in by itself. It always has to have a noun, an object. In the house. It's a prepositional phrase. It's a phrase because it doesn't have a subject and verb. But recognizing those prepositions are important in recognizing those phrases. And recognizing those phrases are important in recognizing what's dependent in a sentence and how it modifies what's independent. So do you see how important it is to know these parts of speech when you're trying to do even a structural syntactical analysis? Conjunctions are words we use to either coordinate, correlate in sentences. In other words, some conjunctions coordinate. Scott and his wife. That's coordinating. Scott and his wife were married. Scott and his wife. Scott and wife are the subject. That's the nouns. The conjunction and is coordinating them so they're equal. They're two subjects. But some conjunctions are subordinating. For instance, the word that is a conjunction. The word while is a conjunction. So the man that ran for Congress, that is a subordinating conjunction. When you see the word that, you know a clause is coming. Or the man who ran for Congress, who is a conjunction. It's a subordinating conjunction. While. The man ate the apple while he sat in the tree. The word while is a conjunction. It's introducing a subordinating clause. So you need to know what those conjunctions are, and if you're in doubt, a dictionary will always give you the range of meanings, but it'll also give you the part of speech a word is. So if you look up a word like while in the dictionary, or you look up a word like and in the dictionary, it's going to tell you, in parentheses right beside that, it's going to have a little abbreviation, CONJ, conjunction. And interjection is just a word like ouch. Has no grammatical or no syntactical value. It's just a statement. Ouch. And of course, an article is the man. It stresses. It makes it definite. So it's important to know these parts of speech when you're working on a structural syntactical analysis. And a lexical study is using a dictionary and finding the parts of speech. This helps you find the meaning of words. It also helps you find how that's words used in a sentence when you're doing a structural analysis.